Hi, Jason. How was your week?
It was fine.
It's good. Here we are again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely again.
Viewing and listening audience, it is good to see you with us. This is the second episode of A Review of Stuff. That's what we do with the intro. Oh, you didn't see it. I'll tell you how it went. It went like this. Okay, sorry.
Whatever, yeah.
Alright, hey, so, Jason, today is a very special day. It is the day that you become a man. It is the day that you select our first artist.
It's my first time selecting.
It's your first time selecting the topic. Okay, well, what are we talking about today?
As you might have guessed by looking at the background, we are talking about the Super Mario Galaxy games.
Oh, boy! No, that's Mickey Mouse.
That's Mickey Mouse.
Mamma mia, let's go! I'm gonna get spaghetti!
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm excited. So, what is it that made you pick these games?
I think it was probably the fact that I have beaten pretty much both of them, and they were probably some of my favorite games.
Okay. Alright, I also played these games. In fact, I played these games before you were born.
Yeah.
The first one I'm tracking came out in 2007, correct?
I thought it was either 6 or 8.
2007, don't argue with me. Nah, just kidding. But what did you, what about the second one? You know when that one came out?
I think it might have been 2012? Yeah, 2012.
Okay. Do you know what the reasoning for making Super Mario Galaxy 2 was?
Yeah, I do. You've told me a few times.
Okay,
And
share it with
so, after they finished making the first game of Super Mario Galaxy, they had a whole lot of ideas left over, and they had an idea to make it DLC, but they figured out that was way too much, so they decided to make it another game.
Yeah, okay. Very, very good. Alright, so, you got a script for us this time, right? So we're not just
Yeah, I think I might have left it.
Alright, you heard it, video audience and listening audience. We're going by the seat of our pants again.
I do remember a lot.
Okay. So what's our first talking point on? Are we gonna do it like we did last week? So one game and then the next game.
We're starting with the first Super Mario Galaxy game.
Okay, Super Mario Galaxy. What's our first topic?
So I would say the first topic, and probably the first topic for pretty much any game, the story if there is one.
Love it. Okay.
Okay, so it starts out like pretty much Super Mario 64. However, there is a festival at the beginning in which Peach invites Mario to eat some cake while they go stargazing.
What's your best Toad impression? They're just always screaming all the time, apparently.
Yeah.
I like that one. That's from Mario Party 3, I reckon. That's closer to Yoshi. It's like if Yoshi ate a toad and the toad was inside Yoshi and it was like... But anyway, okay. Alright, so we got the Star Festival going on. While we're going through this, go ahead.
So, the story behind the festival is basically there's like a huge meteor shower, and a big comet goes by once every century, and it gets pretty...
So this is the year.
This is the first one, yeah. The first one the Star Festival comes again in the sequel, but it might be like a new generation of Mario, I don't know.
Oh yeah, after I'm done telling you. Yeah, there's some game theory stuff on that, where it's like, every time Mario dies, it's a new... I would invite you to go in to listen to game theory. I love those guys. It's not a theory. It's a game theory. You don't know, you've never seen it.
You told me about it.
I know I did. Okay. So, let's, I'm gonna stop you just for a second. This is probably one of my favorite intros, definitely, to a Mario game. I like it a lot better than anything that happened in the sequel, but we'll get to that. But it's fantastic. I mean, most times, right, Princess Peach ends up getting kidnapped, which I haven't got to yet.
And most times you don't see her getting kidnapped unless it's like Mario RPG or...
But I kind of like it because it's Mario just kind of walking down Main Street USA in Disneyland, basically.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
so he's just walking down it. So the festival's going on, you're walking around, and then basically you see a bunch of airships coming in. You see airships coming in, you see them shooting lasers that, like they're encapsulating toads and crystals.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a pretty good intro for a Mario game, like you were saying. So,
Yeah.
And then Bowser, you see him flying on one of the airships along with Bowser Jr. He's saying that he's gonna. So Peach is in her castle waiting for you to eat some cake, and so it's a really satisfying. It's really satisfying to see this. But
Insert sexist comment. Go ahead.
So either way, it basically shows Bowser. There's a bunch of like little things that are shooting chains into the ground, and they eventually rip Peach's castle right off of the face of the earth, and they fly it to the center of the universe, which Bowser states.
Do we know if Peach says anything when she's leaving?
Yeah,
What's she say?
pretty much the same
What's she
thing.
say?
Mario!
I'm gonna do my best one. Mario! That was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Viewing audience, who had the better Peach there? Huh? Oh, we both got the same Toad. Oh, they both sound like they, got baked into a lasagna. Okay, so we find our hero doing what? Where is he?
So, and Bowser shoots a cannon at Mario. He misses, but it sends him flying right off the earth.
Kamki.
Kamki, yeah.
Kamki.
Shoots something at Mario, it sends him flying off the earth, and he wakes up on a grassy planet, in which there's 3 little bunnies. You learn that they're called star bunnies later in the game.
Stunnies.
Either way, they tell you that if you can catch them all.
Hashtag blending words. Okay.
So they go to hide, and they tell you that if you can find them, then they will help you get off the planet.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Can I point out this right here, this level that he's talking about is how you learn the dynamics of the game, like how to do
like how the long jump and it's pretty much the same as any 3D Mario game.
Yeah, but it's nice because it's not like they're stopping you, and I think a lot of games they do that with like push A and B at the same time to do a backflip or whatever, right?
Yeah.
This one's just like
you get to explore on your own.
Yeah, and it to me it's quicker and it doesn't take away from that. Like to me, I'm in the story. I'm not playing a game. I am playing a game, but I'm able to play and learn at the same time, which I appreciate.
Yeah. So either way, once you find all of them, they turn into these little fellas that you later learn are called Lumas.
Mm-hmm.
And
how do Lumas sound? That was. I'm not even gonna try. He wins. Dang. Good job.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And the Lumas take you to ultimately.
So it's pretty much basically the owner. In Mario 64 terms, if any of you have played that, it's the owner of Peach's castle, pretty much. Rosalina's castle.
So they take you to the starship that's hers, right? But I forget what it's called.
Comet Observatory.
Comet Observatory, that's correct. And all of the power has gone out on this bad boy because all of the dadgum Lumas ran away.
No, but they take you to a part of the planet where Rosalina is. She gives you the power to spin, and she gives you a little Luma buddy to help you with that.
Mm.
And
would to all that we had Luma buddies right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either way.
Yeah, carry on.
So they take you to Rosalina. She gives you the power to spin, and then she leaves, and she leaves you next to this crystal with an orange star inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
spin by shaking the wheel remote if you have motion controls. You spin at the crystal, it breaks, and then the star inside grows bigger, and then it just, so you hop in and spin, and then it basically flings you.
It's a launch star.
Launch star.
Yeah, and you get lunch.
You get launched by the star.
Who says no one has? There's no such thing as a free launch.
It launches. Yeah, I know. Ha ha ha.
Thanks, buddy.
So either way, it launches you to another planet, like all the other launch stars in the game.
Okay. Did we get to the Comet Observatory though? Because I thought we got there.
And then you have to eventually, after playing through the level that is basically right within the launch star launches you to basically a level in the game. After you finish that level, you come back. You get a large star otherwise called grand stars. So. Hi.
Comet Observatory though.
Yeah, you get a large star, grand star. It brings you to you basically hold on to it and it flies around and brings you to the Comet Observatory.
Okay, but how many stars are there in the game?
And so basically most Mario games would have 121 in this game.
Same with this one. Okay. There's I think the thing that I wanted to just back you up to is because Comet Observatory is where you're going to end up to start any level, really, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's the main place. It's like if you're playing Mario 64, it's the
Peach's Castle.
It's Peach's Castle, Super Mario World. It's the overworld map. It's where you go to get to where you gotta go.
Yeah. So it's basically the one and only. Like you can go anywhere from there.
Yeah, it's Rosalina's home, really, in a way. There's everything in there, right? There's a kitchen, there's a bedroom, there's a little fireplace where she tells the Luma's bedtime stories.
Yeah, it's called the library.
Yes, that would be where there's books. That's true.
So there's a bedroom, an engine room, and a garden. And
do the galaxies that it launches you to, because you launch from any of those places, right? Are they themed to that kind of stuff? Like if you were gonna go to like Food World,
go to the kitchen. There's a star-shaped table and a little oven next to it.
No, I'm talking about the galaxies.
Like the galaxies. Oh yeah. So they're not exactly relevant to that, but except for the first galaxy in the first dome. So there's little domes that are basically the rooms. And by the way, every grand star that you get for each dome, it'll power the core of the comet.
Yeah.
Like so.
So there's 120 grand stars that you're gonna get in each of these, right?
No, they're power stars.
Okay.
And there's one grand star for each dome.
Okay.
Each room.
So the point is that you just need to have the grand stars in order to power it up, and then after you get all of those.
For every grand star that you get, it gives the dome more power and changes its not dome. It gives the reactor, whatever you want to call it. It gives it more power and changes its color too. So.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And it'll also unlock a new dome. And it'll also, which gives you more access to more levels.
Sure. Okay, so it's you progress that way, but once you get all of the grand stars from each of the pods, that's what's going to get you to Bowser. So how many is the minimum that you're going to need to get to Bowser?
60 stars is the minimum that you're going to need to get to Bowser. However, if you don't, I guarantee that you will not have 60 stars by the time you find all the grand stars. Okay, so for story was our first talking point, which I think we've kind of gotten covered. Yeah. We talked a little bit about dynamics of the game. What else is there that we've got on the agenda today? there is the soundtrack.
Oh my honk. Let me tell you what. Koji Kondo is a genius.
Yes.
Absolute genius.
Yes.
Yes, I know. So we're talking about like the same guy that decided to, in 1983 or 4 or 5, who programmed this. Now, even that, when we're not talking about that today, but even that has a whole bunch of stuff that is really minute little details to ups and downs, the bass that's always a, going on in the background, and that's a heck of a thing to be pumping out of the NES. But this is not that. What is this?
It's a whole orchestra.
Oh my goodness, and it sounds beautiful, right? And you would think, at least I thought, you have all of that and it's going to start dragging. Hey, no whistling. You have to da-da-da-da.
Yeah, so
give it the da-das.
Even the first level, it gives you a great soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
I
love even when it's the title screen, even, right? That's just, it's just huge. It's sweeping. It's beautiful. It's epic. It's something I think that you could put that in a cinema, in a movie. And by the way, I think there were hints of that in the Super Mario movie.
Yeah, it put that exact part in the credits.
Yeah.
That exact little crescendo.
Oh, I love that crescendo.
It's like no matter where you go, there's always going to be nice orchestra playing.
Yeah, I like the B level because it's like it's got all of these. Yeah. This makes me think of a bunch of bees just going around like, I'm flying around, man. What do you want? I'm gonna pollinate. Yeah.
Yeah, there's also a bunch of power-ups in each level that, that's for a different part of the game. So, other parts of the soundtrack, one of the pretty much celebrated as the best Super Mario Galaxy songs is the Gusty Garden Galaxy, which you find in the bedroom.
Is that the...
By the way, those of you watching, I highly suggest going about looking for those songs.
Yeah. Okay. Is there an option to do like a sound test on this game? I know that sometimes they have that kind of...
Yeah, I don't think there is, but just going into a level is just... It's pretty cool. Like, you're just flying in, literally, and landing on a platform with a big thump.
The sound effects are pretty good. The sound effects match the soundtrack, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so the sound effects, there's the original Mario jumping, like, wah!
Yeah, you got all that.
Wah!
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I like those pole stars, the blue ones that if you hold on and then go, right?
Yeah, the pole stars,
Yeah. We have no Yoshi in this game, though, yeah?
No Yoshi until the sequel.
Okay. Is Luigi in this game?
Yes. After you defeat Bowser, which is also a very nice level, by the way, with a great soundtrack. And
I like end bosses.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't known. Yeah, I love end bosses.
Bosses are nice. That's one of the best Bowser bosses. In my opinion, it's one of the best ones of all time.
It's easier to beat him, I think, and I just recently played through Mario 64, and I have a hard time throwing him at the mines.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of people that got that figured out a lot quicker than me, but I never can get it right.
Me neither.
But this one seemed pretty easy. It's, are we getting ahead of ourselves? We can talk about the end boss here in a second.
Yeah,
was there more to the game before we get to him?
There's a whole lot more. You have to basically discover all the domes before you get to him.
Yeah. Did we
get all the grand stars.
Did you have a section for power-ups? Because that tends to be one of the biggest things in Mario games.
basically, the next one is going to be the big one here.
Oh, what you got?
So, next one, here we go. It is basically features of the game.
Okay.
Like little parts of it, like the power-ups, So either way, the power-ups are extremely, they're very creative. So there's a bee mushroom, and it makes Mario, as you might have guessed, look like a bee, and it gives him the ability to fly limitedly. So how to lose it, you just basically touch water, die.
Or have an enemy touch you, that'd do it too, alright. Yeah. That's most of them. There's the ice flower, yeah?
The ice flower, it wasn't its first appearance, but it was one of the best appearances in my opinion.
Anytime that you can, walk on water, that's cool to me.
Yeah.
Or any other type of...
It basically turns water to temporary ice platforms, and you can skate on them, and the skating, might I add, is very satisfying.
It's satisfying.
Especially when you jump.
Yeah. I would, again, I don't know if we're ever going to review Mario 64, but to me it's the equivalent of getting that green shell and surfing around on it.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like that. You can also, can you throw ice balls with the...
As far as I can remember, no, but it does give you the ability. There's a level, Freezy Flame. No, not Freezy Flame. It's
Freezy Flame?
Freeze Flame, yeah.
Freeze Flame, got you.
There's a version of that in the sequel, too.
Okay.
So...
That would imply that we get a fire flower as well.
There is also a fire flower, yeah.
Yeah.
However, it's pretty much the same as most games, except there's a strict time limit to it.
Okay, yeah. So we got fire, flame, bee. Anything else?
Yeah, there's a few other ones. The boo mushroom.
One, yeah.
It literally turns you into a... It basically makes you look like a boo with a mustache and a hat. With an M on it.
And he can go through walls. And
you can go through walls that are not completely solid. There's it has to have a grate on it.
Yeah.
And you can go invisible and stuff.
You understand that one?
No, I don't.
Sorry, that was from Ernest Saves Christmas. One of these days we'll watch it.
Oh my gosh, I think I remember that.
Yeah, it's a good one. But okay, so we got a boo.
A boo.
Anything else? A boo would be ice and a fire.
There's one more that I can't remember.
Is this the one with the rock? You turn into a rock?
No, there's a few more power-ups introduced in the sequel, but
but this one's not it.
And the same power-ups are in there, but the only one that I can remember that didn't appear was probably the ice flower.
In the sequel?
In the sequel, yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, we can get to that one in a minute. Was there anything else? Okay, we talked about power-ups, and we talked about the soundtrack.
And so...
We can't say enough about the soundtrack, by the way. So good.
There's this one is features of the game, so the way that you go to galaxies though. So there's a pole star inside each and every one of the domes. If you use it and get pulled into it, it'll show you basically a solar system.
Sure.
And if you wave your cursor over one of those galaxies that you can see in there.
You got these comets that pop up in those galaxies.
Yeah, in the galaxies, there's all kinds of different ones, like Daredevil comets, speedrun comets, there's purple comets.
Yeah.
The way to describe all of them is just prankster comets.
Sure, okay. And how do they show up? What is it that we gotta do in order to unlock those?
Basically, there's no unlocking them until the sequel, because you don't have to unlock it until you get to 2.
I reckon they're tied to some stars, right?
So Daredevil comets will make you go through with one life that you can't, not one extra life, but there's a health bar and there's one hit left for you on there.
Yeah.
The speedrun comets will give you a time limit to reach the goal.
There's plenty of stuff in there for those completionists, is what you're saying to me.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff in there.
Yeah. If you're a completionist, but not us.
Not
you know why?
Blow right through
we
it.
blow right through it, baby. Every time. So, most times. Sometimes we have so much fun.
Unless you're me, then...
This one, he broke the rule.
I always break the rule, okay?
Yeah, on Super Mario Galaxy, definitely. I think this
Super Mario Galaxy 1, not as much. Super Mario Galaxy 2,
which is funny because I think I played the first one more than I did the sequel. But then again, I had kids after I got the sequel.
Beat the sequel all the way.
Well, we're getting judgmental here, aren't we? But anyway, okay, so my favorite power-up, which we missed, was this pink star that you get near there's like a red star.
Red star, yeah. Near the end.
Yeah, but it's not is it in any of the levels, or is it just in the common observatory?
It's not just in the common observatory.
Yeah.
Once you basically beat Bowser, the final dome appears, and there's only one level to it. Other than, like, you can replay the very, very first level in which you meet Rosalina and get the power to spin. Either way, you go into this new dome called the Gate.
We didn't talk about the power-up, though. What's that red star do?
The red star, it doesn't really do much.
Rude!
It doesn't do anything.
It does a lot of things.
Oh, wait, no, I thought you were talking about the red power star.
I'm talking about that power-up.
Yeah, the actual one that's basically a red pole star.
Dressed as Mario in black, baby. And then it turns him into a...
Flying Mario.
He can fly.
It's not in any of the levels, but however, to get the red power star that will eventually lead you to unlocking the other red star, to get it there, so you go to the starting planet of the whole game, and so you have no time limit to this, by the way.
Yeah.
So you just go up onto the castle platform where you meet Rosalina, and there's this little red Luma who's just... He tells you how Rosalina trusts you and how he will trust you with something else if you can get all 100 purple coins on that planet, which you will use a flying star to get.
Yeah, that's what we just were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So have we gotten to the point where we're gonna start talking about getting to Bowser yet, or is there more that you wanted to put in?
Like this.
Because I understand.
Let's just squeeze in a part for the last level.
Okay.
So all the Bowser levels that you go through in the game, they all pretty much resemble the Bowser levels from 64. And so also the Road to Bowser theme from Super Mario Galaxy. No, not Super Mario. From Super Mario 64, Road to Bowser theme is playing as you're going through the level.
I think one of the things that we may have just kind of brushed over because we just got so excited about this game is let's talk about gravity, all right? Because most of what's going on in this game, like if you're playing a normal Mario game, you're not jumping from section to section. Yes, there are jumps that you do, but mostly the level is flat and you got to jump over a hole. These are planets, and it's globes, little, like you're jumping from a planet to a planet and you're running around.
Like a little planetoid or a moon or something.
Sure, and there's some traditional Mario kind of stuff, like you can go back to Donkey Kong, right, where you're jumping up onto a platform running and then jumping up onto another one that's above you, that kind of stuff.
Jumping over barrels.
Yeah, it's got all the same kind of stuff. There's some underwater levels and things as well. But the biggest thing is that the biggest thing is that it's like you are... it can be kind of disorienting sometimes, so you're trying to find which way is up, right?
Yeah, you definitely learn that in the sequel. There's two levels that are basically built around gravity.
Well, when we're getting back to Bowser, like that, he's in that level. There's a lot of gravity wells and stuff like that.
Yeah, the first Bowser level, there's a lot of gravity involved. There's also, I think it might have been called like Bowser's Gravity Gauntlet or something.
Yeah.
Either way.
And I like in the last level, and I don't know if there was, I was just watching clips of it this morning trying to get myself refreshed. There's like a spotlight Like he goes along the wall?
As there's a spotlight, it brings you into the direction that the spotlight is pointing.
And you gotta stay in that spotlight, otherwise then you will fall straight down and go, wow!
It doesn't do that until you get to like the last two spotlights, but
still fun. I really like that dynamic, and then I like, it's frustrating as heck, but this is the first one and the second one, where there's like, you can see the goal, you can see a mushroom, or you can see wherever that you're trying to get to, like there's a coin, and you have to walk up to the edge of the platform, and then more platforms will come in.
Oh my gosh!
It's hard, right? Because
that is annoying sometimes.
Especially when you're trying to speed through it and get like a speed star or whatever. Yeah.
There's no speed stars, but there is a speed run comment that you can.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
So.
Okay, but anyway, so there is that in the last level. I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, well, what are we at now then? What's the next thing
either way,
about?
I was also gonna squeeze in something about the final battle.
Okay.
The battle.
Which we teased.
Yeah, we
but go ahead.
did a little bit on it.
Go ahead, Jason.
It's a lot different from the rest of them. There's only one section that's like the exact same as all of them, but it can be a little frustrating sometimes. So he basically gets a rock mushroom, more than that in the sequel.
Keep talking, I'm gonna get my water.
And his head is sticking out of a rock that's trying to roll into him. So you gotta spin attack the little Bowser face that's gonna come down and squish you soon. Just as it comes down.
But the game trains you up for that though. There's like these little jelly rocks, the same kind of thing. If you hit the jelly part, you get star bits. If you don't, then you get squeezed.
Yeah, so there's a whole boss on that.
No one likes to get squeezed.
Whole boss on that in the sequel. The sequel is my favorite part of this.
Okay, well then, Trayson, let's wrap up Mario Galaxy then.
Alright. So after you beat it, and after you save Peach, so Bowser's galaxy, it basically explodes. And it turns into a giant black hole, and there's it's literally sucking in everything. You can see Peach's castle getting sucked in.
Is this the end of our hero? Will Mario become spaghetti? Will Peach become pureed? Tune in next week to find out! Just kidding, go ahead.
Okay,
Jason.
turn in the 5 seconds later to find out.
5 seconds later to find out. Go ahead, Jason.
Either way, so all the Lumas, they basically dive into the black hole to save you. So it plays the theme from when Rosalina is reading the storybook. Great story, by the way. Either way. They all dive in there, and the black hole eventually disappears. But it explodes.
Yes.
And you basically wake up back on your home planet with Bowser, who has been defeated, lying right next to you.
Gross.
Along with Peach.
Yeah.
And so, wait, that wasn't, shoot. Either way, after it explodes, you basically are talking to Rosalina about something, like how the Lumos will become stars someday.
Yeah.
There's a few, either way, let's just say she basically gets you back to your home planet. You wake up, as I was saying, and then he wakes up, there's fireworks around Peach's castle, which is now back in the ground. And I can't remember what he sees, but somehow it makes him say, welcome to Galaxy, or something like that.
Yeah, it's not exactly the most straightforward of endings. Did they blow up? We don't know. Is he in an alternate reality? Maybe. Who knows? Anyways, it's kind of a happy ending because all of a sudden we got all the music going again and we're good. But the tracing cam just turned off. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Just peek into mine if you need to. But what I was gonna say is not now.
Okay.
But anyways, what I was gonna say, that's a good amount of recap, a lot of a review. Let's review. What is I will go first. What is my take on Super Mario Galaxy, and then I will get to you.
Basically, what's your review on a scale of F to A?
Well, we can do F to A, but I think this time we should do on a scale of Virtual Boy to the Wii.
The Wii. It's on the Wii.
Okay. Okay, maybe F to A is good. I'll come up with a different rating scale.
Or like 1 to 10.
Well, okay. Now I'm gonna do
like decimals.
We'll do. What is it? The definite between on a rating scale between Wario and Luigi and an ice cream cone. Okay.
Let's just do F to A. Okay.
Okay, F to A. All right. So for me, I'm gonna give Super Mario Galaxy. Ooh. We always rate them really high. I think we were doing that last week too. I'm gonna give Super Mario Galaxy a B+. I think, and the reason why it's not in an A category is I feel like the length it's for 120 stars. It just feels so long.
I would probably definitely agree with you.
Yeah, it's super long. But there's a lot of stuff to do.
It's not 120 stars exactly. After you beat all the levels with Mario and Luigi,
okay.
Then
you're a completionist.
The new galaxy comes in the grand finale galaxy.
I just feel like even beating it, like getting to Bowser, takes forever, in my opinion.
Yeah, it would take a while.
Yeah, but I feel like it's a good, solid game. The soundtrack is fantastic. Music does a lot for me. Yeah. And I think Koji Kondo knocked it right out of the park. I don't think there's anything about the soundtrack at all that I would change.
Yeah, there's nothing that you could change.
Really, really good. So it's a good game. I feel like its replayability is definitely more for you than opposed to me. I'm more a 2D kind of platformer or 64.
It's not it's not as good as the sequel in my opinion.
Okay, well then let's get.
I'm just saying.
Let's get to it.
I would probably give you the same rating as you.
B+?
B+, yeah.
Okay, for the same reasons? You got something else?
I would say it was a little bit more challenging than the sequel. It's a little bit more challenging to get 100% completion.
Yeah.
If you're a completionist like me.
Okay. Are you? You getting out of the
pretty
blow
much.
right through it
I
club?
got like 102 stars.
I'm gonna kick you right out of the blow right through it club. You didn't blow right through nothing. You went for everything.
Either way, on to Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Those. Okay. Go ahead, Tracy. Where are you going? Oh, you gotta get in my camp? Oh, you need water too?
Yeah,
okay, got it.
So, this is definitely...
Thirsty little dudes. I think the only reason why you like that one more is because I got you the player's guide.
Nah.
I think so.
That is not exactly my reason.
But here, can we show the fine folks at home what's going on with this player's guide? Look at this. This thing has been used to death. I think Mom's thrown away at least 3 or 4 pages on it.
Yeah, it threw away like the whole story.
The cover is gone. I mean, but yeah, this man has been using this thing inside out, left, right, and center. So go ahead, Tracy, give us the storyline for Super Mario Galaxy 2. What's going on with that one? We need to stop drinking water too.
It's not very different from the first one. Mm-hmm. Except, yeah, she invites you in to eat some cake.
Yes.
During the Star Festival.
And I got me some cake.
Yeah, and so except you go in and there's not airships this time, it's just you see Bowser. He's like 3 times as big as Peach's castle this time. You see Bowser just tromping around in the palace garden, and so you run through, but before we get into all that...
Switch seats!
Okay then.
Sorry, because you're talking more. I want you to be on camera.
So, they... Okay, either way, let's just say...
Stop saying either way. You didn't tell us what the other way was. Okay, go ahead. So, cake, Bowser.
Huge. There's Chris. So, while you're on your way to the castle and before you see Bowser, you find a little tan Luma lying in the grass.
Oh.
And he is speaking in some weird language that sounds like.
That's what they always say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's talking to you in some language, and you're like, huh? But he basically he likes you. He's liking you. It says that in the exact story. He's like, he seemed to take a shine to Mario.
A shine.
Oh! Doesn't that sound familiar?
Yeah, no, that shine. Yeah. He collects shines in Super Mario Shine. Anyways, come on, let's get going here. We want to get into the game. What's going on with it?
Into the game. So he finds Luma. The Luma hides under his hat, which gives him the ability to spin. There, he's shooting. There's people getting crystallized, toads terrorized.
Cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
whatever
bad.
That means.
It's bad news bears in the Mushroom Kingdom. What's going on?
So you're basically walking down the street, freeing toads with your spinning ability. Who are like, thanks.
Okay, keep going.
Either way, you see Bowser, who says, the power of the stars is already mine, you're too late, or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's holding Peaches in his hand, who gives the quote, I gotta go to the bathroom. Mario!
Oh, Mario! I gotta go to the bathroom! No, I'm just kidding.
and there's a text box above it that literally says, Mario, with 3 exclamation points in all caps.
Okay, we gotta go save her then, because,
Definitely.
that's what we do.
He flies away, and all hope is lost, until you walk up to Peach's castle, and there are 2 Lumas there. They're yellow, in case you were wondering. Okay. And so one of them turns into a launch star, which is a new feature in this game.
Thought we talked about launch stars already.
No, the Luma's turning into launch stars.
Oh.
However, unless you've seen the hungry Lumas, in which you must, in the first one.
They're so fun because you feed them star bits and they go.
No, dude, he's 1 star bit away from being full, and he's like, more.
Yeah, they're kind of cuckoo.
They're in Mario Galaxy 2. They're a lot more hungry than they used to be. Sometimes they eat coins.
Yeah.
Don't try that at home, folks.
Yes, digestion of money is not recommended.
What's the paper money?
Okay,
I would recommend that.
Okay, we got Mario. He's up. We gotta tell me how do we get to the Starship Mario, because there is a little. This is where you will be the majority of all your time there.
So the launch star takes you to the first level, also known as Sky Station Galaxy.
Can I back you up just for a second? We only see the please don't do that.
Okay.
Who is the other protagonist of the first game is Rosalina, but we don't see her the whole game until right at the end, right?
Right at the end, and right at the very end.
She might be hinted at in a few bits of dialogue, but that's about it, right?
Yeah.
So how did we get to the Starship Mario? We went up to the castle, we got launched up there from the launch star?
After you beat the bad guy, the boss of the first level, who's very similar to the first one.
Yeah.
After you beat him, you get a power star. The end, it brings you to just a random little planetoid with smoke coming out of the back of it.
Okay. And it looks like my face.
Not yet.
Oh.
It's just a random planetoid covered in dirt with smoke coming out of the back of it.
Yeah.
When you first get there.
Yeah.
There's a giant purple Luma who looks a little bit like a glowfish.
Okay.
With pants.
Okay.
And he's the biggest of them all, pretty much. No offense to you, Lubba.
Who's Lubba?
The giant purple Luma.
Oh, got it. Yeah, he's the biggest of them all. Lubba. Okay.
Either way, so you talk to him and he's like, okay, if you help us find Rosalina, he doesn't quote that directly.
Sure.
But if you help us find Rosalina, then we'll help you find Peach. And Bowser's stole all our power stars, so if you find all those, then we'll help you with that.
Okay.
And so, then all the Lumas get to work on the starship.
Mm-hmm.
The planet. It used to be a starship until Bowser stole all their power.
Okay.
So they get to work on it, and then it eventually looks like your head.
Anyway, okay. As far as dynamics go for the game, it's really similar to the first one, yeah. In a lot of ways, right? We're talking. You're gonna be jumping, spinning, floating on orbs, orb. Like
Orb.
it's the same kind of stuff, right? What is it about the second one that improves upon the formula from the first one? You said that it was
It's
basically download content, right?
Yeah, so it's a lot better than DLC though.
Okay, but tell us why. Like you got to get to the point here on this one.
So it was a lot less challenging. There's a whole bunch of more power-ups.
Mm-hmm.
And Yoshi's back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Do we keep all of the same power-ups from the first game? Is there a ghost mushroom still? Or?
Yeah, there is a blue mushroom.
There's a boo mushroom. Is there still the fire flower, bee flower?
Bee Mario.
Yeah.
There's also a new power called the spin drill.
Mm-hmm.
You basically are carrying it around, and then when you spin, you dig into soft dirt if there is.
Yeah, and then it'll go right down. If there's not, then it'll just go boink. And you
it'll
go right
bounce back up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, and I mentioned the rock one.
Rock Mario. So my book says the rock mushroom transforms Mario into Rock Mario. As Rock Mario, the hero can roll up into a boulder and smash through enemies without taking damage.
Okay.
Just point Rock Mario at a target and shake the Wii remote.
Yeah, shake it. Okay.
Rock Mario balls up and blasts off. Rock Mario can roll through several small enemies, but he is stopped cold after crashing into and defeating a single large enemy.
No red star in this game though, yeah?
No.
That's a bummer.
Or there's tons of green stars.
Yeah, and we can talk about that one after.
There were only 3 of them in the first one.
Yeah, you collect those as a bonus quest, but again, let's talk about what the main game is and let's get to our review on it because I kind of feel like we're going long here today. So, what are the things that you I understand that you like this one better than the first one, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. We're doing this. What is it that you like about this one better than the first one?
There's power-ups that are very exclusive to when you are on Yoshi.
Okay.
And they are basically fruits, or fruits and vegetables. And so either way, one of them is a blimp fruit. It looks like a giant blueberry.
Mm-hmm.
And if Yoshi eats it, he'll turn blue and start flying with you on him.
Mm.
So you fly up pretty slow, and you can stop flying by pressing A.
Okay.
And you can just hover. You can actually. This is one of the only power-ups that you can just turn off by shaking.
Yeah.
And
I liked. I found it frustrating because for me, I liked this one less than the first one because I feel like there's a lot of things that were essential with Yoshi that were not. It wasn't exactly easy to do, like how to hit those flowers and. Lick it and keep going that way.
Yeah, so
that's kind of hard for me. I didn't really like it.
If you don't, I think that might be why they didn't make a Switch port to this because with Yoshi, there's a lot of things that I have to use a pointer for.
Yeah. Okay. So
it might be on the Switch too. That might be coming out.
I mean, it was good. I'm glad that they decided that they wanted to use the hardware that they had with the Wii. To try to do that. But for me, it was ultimately more frustrating. I will say something here, and I don't know if you're going to agree with me or not. You probably won't. But I feel like this game is really just more of the same. It's like only... It not necessarily 2 as so much as it is part 2.
Yeah, it's not exactly a part 2. it's more like you don't have to start with 1. It's basically like it's not even a part 2. It's basically just you can. It's just basically a sequel to the first one, but it's.
I'm just saying, if you've played the first one and you start playing this one, you can pick it up with no trouble.
There's no order in which you have to play them.
Yeah. So we finally catch up to Bowser at the end, yeah? You got a big old castle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's huge.
It's huge, okay.
By the way, there is
huge.
However, there is actually a world map this time.
Yeah, so you see your little ship going around, and that's good. Although I don't know, I still kind of like the idea of it all being central. I think you do that, and it makes it good to me. Like you got Delfino Island, cool. You got Comet Observatory, cool. Starship Mario is moving, and so it's kind of good, but you're not going from Starship Mario. You're going to the different galaxies.
There is a lot of stuff that's different from the first one. Like, there's an actual world map, and you can, there's an actual world map. The comets, they basically... I'm not saying they're harder, but there were a few of them that were extremely challenging for me.
Did you find any difference in the soundtrack?
Not exactly.
Yeah.
However, in the first game, you can have up to 6 different save files.
Mm-hmm.
In the sequel, you can only have 3.
Okay.
I mean, who has 6 different people that want to play Mario Galaxy?
Probably us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably true, yeah.
But, okay. Other than that, we've got we get to Bowser. Well, how's this end boss fight?
So every time you fight Bowser, she has maybe 1 or 2 more moves.
Mm.
It basically goes, he roars, a bunch of meteors crash into the planet.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta guide his fist away from them when he punches them. Because when he punches them, they're gonna float into the air and you can ground pound them and they'll fly into his face.
He's big still, right? And is this the one where you spin and you hit the whatever is coming at you and it goes back to hit him? I think that's mixed up.
I think that's a whole different boss fight.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole different boss fight. You still fight him in the sequel, but he's in a boss run.
Okay.
However, after you fight Bowser, you unlock Luigi, and you get to... And there's a special world now.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot of different galaxies, and I actually had a lot of fun with the special world. There's one in World 6. I know you like this one, and it's the Super Mario 64. What's it called? Return. They call it Return of the Womp King.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have any comments on that?
No, I feel like I liked the callback. As I recall, there was another level that they did another callback with.
Yeah, it was I can't remember what it was. It was
Oh, it was Delfino Island.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't exactly Isle Delfino. There were a lot of new additions, and I liked it.
Yeah,
I really liked that.
I love it when they get creative like that, and that's probably why it was originally download content, or that's why it started out like that, is because they had ideas where hey, we could do this. But that being said, I liked this game enough. I'm gonna start with my review if you don't mind. I feel like it's a B plus as well, maybe a B. To me, I don't feel like it necessarily improved a whole lot. I feel like there's a lot of stuff on there that's challenging and difficult. We talked about the Grand Master Galaxy.
So after you get to 120 stars, you have to go back and do the last level again.
Yeah.
After you beat Bowser, and then there's a secret ending. It's not exactly secret once you...
Well, now it's not.
Either way, you see that. You see Rosalina back on the starship. Comet Observatory.
Yeah.
And she's back in the library. reading a book to them. So, and the ending, you basically the Luma that you had that helped you spin, he has to go back with Rosalina. He says that I'll never forget you, and then he steals her hat and flies back to the starship.
Was it Crown?
It was.
Steals Mario's hat?
He steals Mario's hat.
Oh, I was gonna say. I was like, wait a second, man, you don't steal Mario's hat. Unless
he
unless
stole
you're that
Mario's
weird hat with the eyeballs.
Ugh. Yeah, he still creeps me out a little bit. Sorry, it's true.
Yeah. That's okay. We're retro gamers. We don't have an idea about what that game's about, anyways. But all right, Jason, what's your grade for this game?
I would say probably like an A-.
A-, okay.
Yeah.
Give me your points as to why it's better.
I didn't even get into what happened. So you get 120 stars, you beat the last level again, and then so Lubba, back on Starship Mario, he's like, now you've gone and done it. There's prankster comments everywhere. So in every single galaxy, there are 2 to 3 green stars that you have to get now. You can go after them one at a time. The good news is that you can, like, unlike the first part of it, you can go from, like, okay, I'm doing the first level and now I'm going to the Flip Out Galaxy, the last level, basically. The last part of the special world.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm going to the Boulder Bowl. Now I'm going to Freeze Flame. Now I'm going to Bowser.
Yeah.
Right, so it is definitely pretty cool. After you get all the 120 green stars, you unlock the final galaxy. It was not as challenging for me as I'd hoped. However, there is a comet to it. I still haven't beat it. It is too hard for me.
Blisteringly hard, huh? It's got one hit and you're dead, huh?
Like, one hit and you're dead, plus it's called the Grandmaster Galaxy, and they have good reason for that.
Yeah, well, you get there one day at a time, right?
One day at a time. I wish you could save your state in that one, because, like, I would definitely have beat it by now if I could do that.
Yeah. Cheats help everybody. Wink. Okay. Well, is there anything else that you want to say about Super Mario Galaxy? Where do you I feel like I've heard rumors online. People are like, "Oh, we need to get Super Mario Galaxy 3."
Yeah.
Are you interested in that, or you reckon that it's good where it is?
I am after beating the 2 Mario Galaxy games, I would definitely say that if there was a third one, I would definitely get it.
Yeah.
I would definitely get it.
You like this series a lot. For me, I feel like it's good. I feel like the replayability on it was mid at best. But again, I'm old, so I like old stuff. So it's not old enough for me.
Yeah, I don't. By the way, I don't know if we told you guys this last time, but if you have any suggestions for what we should review,
sure,
please put it in the comments.
Smash the like and subscribe.
What you said.
You don't know what that means.
I do know what it means, but
All right. No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so other than that, for me, I'm good with it. I think it stands fairly well. It's the flagship 3D Mario game for the Wii. You've got New Super Mario Bros. Wii, which honestly, I would probably rank. I would play that one way more than I would these two.
That's offensive.
Well, I just feel like it was really easy to die. I feel like you can launch yourself off into space or fall into the middle of a planet too often, and I felt like some of those stars were really hard to get. Like the dude that needs you to clear all of his trash with the bombs, and then he's like, "Hey, you weren't fast enough."
No, but it's not bombs. It's bombs in the first one.
Sure.
In the second one, you have to use Fire Mario to do it, and you have like 30 seconds to 60 crates. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think that was easier. To me, it's easier to throw those fireballs than it was to throw bombs.
It was a little bit harder for me.
Okay.
It was harder than bombs for me.
To each their own. To me, I would be curious. However, I feel like I like Super Mario Sunshine. I like Super Mario 64. I haven't played anything really past these ones as far as 3D Mario games go. But to me, I would rate this one lowest. Those ones, but that's just. And so anyway, yeah, I've got nothing else for Super Mario Galaxy. I think we can send it off into the ether sphere, Trayson. What do you think?
I would say. Do you have anything else that you would like to say?
No, I just said I didn't. Do you?
Okay then.
No,
I don't. But I would. Do you have anything else to say to these fine people out here?
The fine people of the internet. Yes, fine people of the internet. This podcast grows as we get more subscribers. We loved some of the input that we got from you on our Facebook group. You're welcome to email me with any type of input that you might have. It's KeithJJackman@gmail.com or KiwiJackman@gmail.com. Either one, I'll get them. But yeah, we want to try to make this better. We're kind of amateurs at this, but we would love to have any of you on as guests. We'd love to have. We might end up going on hiatus soon, so if there's any of you that want to pick it up, well, I might be out, so you could still do it with Trayson, or you could do like collaborate with us. We're really open to this kind of stuff. We really want this thing to grow, and we're having a good time doing it. We just want to make sure that we keep doing it. I mean, even if we got an audience that is just me and Trayson, then it's probably still fulfilling. Yes. I think we've enjoyed it, and all credit to our wonderful editor Joel Johnson, my nephew and Trayson's cousin, who made the last one look so good, made us look so good, and he can basically do anything that we ask him to do. Like we could do like a slow fade. We could do like. Yeah, we could do like one of them spirally Star Wars things. We could do. He could make an elephant bounce up and down on my head. Nah, we won't make him do it. But
we could have us throw that Wii remote at the camera.
No, I was just kidding. But Joel, we love you, and we don't. Calm down. Okay. So anyway, in the meantime, in between time. Keep sending us any suggestions and stuff like that. We love to hear from you, and
yeah, we want to know how to make it better.
Yeah, so that you enjoyed it. As it is, keep putting it on ×2 and keep listening to it on your commute. And
if you're putting it on ×2, then we're far from now.
And if you're putting it on 0.5, see you later. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, good night. Dang it, Trayson. I said we were going to make this one shorter than the last one.